In order to get Peanut to jump across the desks, we had to use a rewards and punishment method. Rewards are pleasurable things given after a behavior has been completed. We placed Peanut's little house on the other desk in order to get her to jump across to the second. Peanut's little house was the reward for her jumping across the desk. Positive punishment adds an annoying stimulus to decrease behavior. When Peanut started to wash herself, we would tap her in order to stop the frozen state.
To get Peanut to jump across the desks at a farther distance, we used the same method as walking across the desks. We used her cage and her house as a reward for getting across. We also used trace conditioning, which produces strong learning. We used the clicker, waited, and then gave the food. The neutral stimulus is presented and disappears before the unconditioned stimulus.
Come on, good girl.
Shaping occurs in operant conditioning, in which reinforcers guide behavior toward closer approximations of desired behaviors. Before Peanut was able to walk on her own 3 to 5 steps, we first had to teach her how to stand up on her hind legs by holding food above her head. After we guided her with food to get her to walk, she learned to associate the food with steps, causing her to walk 3 to 5 steps.
Chaining is linking learned tricks together. In the obstacle course, we chain the long jump, dowel rod, rope, weaving, and walking 3 to 5 steps together. Because Peanut had already previously learned these tricks, we were able to chain them together in the obstacle course successfully.
Extinction is a diminishing of a conditioned response. The UCS, or food in this case, does not follow the conditioned response. This would decrease the response of the rat, so we did not use this. Spontaneous recovery is the reappearance after a pause of an extinguished conditioned response. For example, if the hurdles were not a success, we would wait to sound a tone again and present food until later, and then the response would improve. After the long weekend, we found that Peanut was able to perform the hurdles better because of spontaneous recovery. Positive reinforcement is increasing the behavior by presenting a pleasurable stimulus after a response. Every time Peanut walked across a small dowel rod, we would reward her with a treat in her cage. Negative reinforcement increases behavior by removing an undesirable stimulus. If Peanut found the clicking to be annoying, we would stop the continuous clicking. This would remove the undesired stimulus to increase behavior.
Extrinsic motivation is the desire to perform a behavior due to promised rewards. Peanut was extrinsically motivated to get across the long dowel rod because she knew her cage was at the end, and that was what she was aiming for. Intrinsic motivation is the desire to perform a behavior for its own sake. Peanut was not intrinsically motivated because with no reward to look forward to, she would not have begun to walk across to begin with. Primary reinforcers are ones that satisfy a biological need. In this case, the primary reinforcers are the white sugar pellets. Secondary reinforcers are ones that are learned. For instance, if Peanut learned that a light in the Skinner box signals food, Peanut would work to turn on the light. The light would become the secondary reinforcer associated with the sugar pellets or the primary reinforcer. In this case, Peanut was primarily reinforced by the sugar pellets to push the Skinner.
Fixed ratio schedules reinforce behavior after a set number of responses. In this Skinner box, Peanut would have to hit a bar a certain amount of times for a treat. Variable ratio schedules provide reinforcers after an unpredictable number of responses. We did not use this in the Skinner box, but Peanut would have to hit the bar 3, 4, 6, and then 2 times to get it.